that there was a plot before her. And that sounds a whole lot like Sade Robinson. I'm just saying. And she was a beautiful, dark-skinned, chocolate, gorgeous woman too. In college, had her own apartment, was paying her own bills, paying her own way through school. And Andrew, what was his name? Anthony something, had a whole plan to unalive her. Had a whole plan to do it. Told a few people he was gonna do it and did it. And sliced her up and threw her all over different parts of Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it's some sick people out here in this world. And it doesn't matter the color of their skin. It's what's in their mind. Okay?
So like I said, I had a feeling, my spirit was telling me that he knew somebody over there in Tanzania, okay, and that this was pre-planned, okay. His net worth is $45 million, okay, and apparently he was a frequent flyer over there, frequent visitor. So yeah, his homeboy was there, and they just recently arrested his homeboy, okay, and allegedly they were arguing because he was cheating on her with women or a woman over there. Like, he would leave her at night and go see the other woman. All right, but yeah, they just recently arrested the man, so there's more to come. And the fact that he's not paying for the funeral, or I'm sorry, paying for her body to be flown back, and her family had to get a freaking do a GoFundMe. Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild. And you just proposed to her? Yeah, there's more to it.
He also has a history of being violent and abusive. He is divorced from his previous wife recently with multiple children under 4. Now, we do know, and I'm not going to reveal her identity, who I did a little bit of soul searching. I went down a rabbit hole. And I was able to find the wedding when Joe married his first wife in 2018. And I found it very odd that the article starts off when she said this was the toughest decision of her life.
Yeah.
She has a father, but she was tasked with the decision of walking down the aisle alone or allowing her father to walk her down the aisle.
Yeah, he refused.
I'm gathering that from the influence of Joe, he convinced her to walk down the aisle. And as she came down the aisle, in that moment, she said he promised her, you will never have to walk alone in life again. Watch this, 2018. Only for him to leave her
pregnant
in 2021 while she was pregnant with their second child.
In a nutshell, beautiful, sweet Ashlee, young girl who thought she knew the world and did not.
I've received several requests to look at the Ashlee Janae situation. She's the influencer found dead in her Tanzania hotel room. Many are speculating that her fiancé Joe McCann had something to do with it, so let's take a look at him. First, the way a person voluntarily poses for the camera, as well as how they pose with their partner, is often very informative. This man's signature pose is definitely more of a 3/4 angle or some other configuration where he isn't straightforward with the camera, which lets me know that he isn't really interested in being truly seen. This is going to be someone who prefers indirect and nonverbal communication. I'd expect him to do a lot of maneuvering. That, combined with his intense gaze and tucked chin, indicates that he is also quite perceptive, taking it all in and preferring discretion in doing so. So I would expect him to be more calculated and excellent at reading people and a room. It probably serves him well in business. He is most likely an excellent marksman, great at identifying his target in any context and hitting the mark. And this photo is quite interesting. I think it speaks for itself. He has quite a bit of darkness in all of his photos, but this was one of the more extreme ones. His disposition appears more neutral in his solo photos, whereas when he is with Ashlee, there is this darkness and interesting facial expression like a predator that is about to devour its prey. He also appears to be very high in pretty much every photo with her, whereas you can typically tell a person is high on marijuana in the eye area. With uppers like white powder or Adderall, it is most obvious in the nose and mouth area. Almost like it opens up their nasal passage in many ways. And oftentimes their lips will be parted as well. He also has that hungry, thirsty look, which typically indicates that a man has an excessive amount of sexual energy and will most likely lack self-control in that department. But you could also consider it as an unsettled look, like they are on the hunt. Given the way he presents, the idea of him being responsible for her passing really isn't far-fetched. What I can see, but I can't really show you, is that this man appears to have many vices, and he is committed to them. I'd expect the majority of his actions to be self-serving to feed off his many addictions. Dark spirits like this typically seek naive or forgiving people since it allows them to engage in their various behind-the-scenes activities. She looks pretty and kind, but inexperienced and naive. So she probably saw some signs of his true nature, but didn't necessarily know how to interpret them.
Sorry if I keep pausing, like my heart is literally racing. The way Ashlee's spirit guide or spirit team is trying to get her justice is through coverage. You'll notice a lot of spiritualists are learning about this, or a lot of people have the same story of when they just seen her picture on the Explore page, or they just seen her on Twitter, and now people are saying that she passed away. So now it's bringing more people, more eyes on her situation. That's what's going on, because when I asked my ancestors, they said that they are rallying over there on the other side for Ashlee. So if you feel called to speak out, please speak out. Literally anything. And I know, like, situations like this, it attracts good and bad, perspectives, but hey, it's helping for the greater good to get her case out, because it's clear that whoever did it wanted it to just be pushed under the rug, right? Okay, after that I said he planned the trip, ? I'm asking. He surprised her with the location, could have been days before leaving, like she didn't know where they were going until days before leaving. He disguised it as, I want to do all the planning, you relax. You get to relax. And there's going to be a reason why he says you get to relax, just wait till the end. Another thing they said was cameras. There were more cameras in Hotel 1 than there were in Hotel 2. This is something that Ashlee was aware of before, but she did not know why he actually wanted to move hotels until after this situation happened. She said he made it a money problem. He made it a money problem, like, oh, they're not giving us enough for, enough bang for a buck here. I found something better. And I literally put it, I found something better in quotations. I also want to say, like, if I'm just saying broken sentences, I'm just relaying the information that was given to me. She mentioned that Joe had visited Tanzania before, but he did not let Ashlee know that until someone recognized him while they were there. And she was like, oh, you've been here before? And he was like, oh, yeah. So he kind of withheld that information that he's been to Tanzania before. I don't know. That's just what, and maybe that has something to do with him knowing about the hotel, not knowing about the hotel having more cameras than it actually did. Maybe Hotel 1, he visited Hotel 1 before and it didn't have that many cameras. So now when he came back, more cameras. So he went to a hotel that had less cameras to where he was able to do whatever he needed to do. I don't know. I'm just reading. Okay. So she says the atmosphere changed once they got to hotel number 2. He kept trying to bring up the same problem over and over. He was focused. I did ask what the problem was, and she responded that she was not ready to let that be known. Okay. So the way I kind of like it's all over, like literally it's all over. I don't have like a straight story, timeline, nothing. I just kind of wrote it. That's why you see me like flipping back and forth. She says, looking back now, I can see that this was premeditated. The signs were there, but there was so much to celebrate. She says she enjoyed when they separated them because he was so intent on arguing without solution. Quotation marks, I could finally relax. And she says her charger mysteriously disappeared. That's like it sounded like, of course, after he leaves, my charger mysteriously disappears. That's how it was conveyed to me. Like it was, sarcasm, like he took it. Her charger mysteriously disappears. She says the hotel staff that gave her the charger was a heavyset woman who spoke little English. She says the proof is in her phone. Proof of whatever I'm saying or whatever happened, the proof is in her phone. Text messages - Google searches. So whatever she was searching up, she could have been searching for flights back home or something. Her Google searches will tell. And she also gave me her password. Her password. She says, after I could finally relax, he snuck in while she was sleeping or resting. She said she was the way, like she wasn't paying attention, like her awareness was off, basically, like she was resting. So she doesn't know how he got in. She had been so tired due to pregnancy. She also had mood swings, but knew not to encourage his arguments. He was aware of the pregnancy. And that is all she gave me to speak on. I want to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, please don't say it. I really didn't even want to do this, but it felt like I needed to. Okay, so let's just try to be good people, especially with people who are not able to defend themselves. Thank you. Last thing that I forgot to mention was that she did not think in a million years that he would become violent with her. He was very sweet. This is what she told me. He was very loving. Nothing could have gave her the idea that he meant her ill. He meant to harm her in any way. Nothing. She says she would have never went on the trip with him if she had known he had bad intentions for her. And I feel like her saying that has something to do with her reading comments, like what people are saying about her, the good and the bad, and she's kind of like defending herself, like why do you think I would, if he showed this behavior to me, don't you think I would have let him go? That's kind of the energy she's giving. Like she's defending herself, basically. Like I wouldn't go on a trip with this man if I knew he meant me ill.